An in-depth conversation with a Hollywood trailblazer. E-Talk begins right now.
It's my first credit as actor, producer, and my first movie credit as Priyanka Chopra Jonas.
Priyanka on top of the world.
I'm a believer in destiny. I believe that destiny and hard work go hand in hand.
Model, actress, musician.
It's pop music. It's party music. It's just got a little spice to it.
From Miss World to Mrs. Jonas.
And Nick he's not a crier. So he was just like, and I was like, babe, are you crying? He's like, no. Yeah, maybe.
Her new passion project and candid words about motherhood.
That's something that is on our agenda.
Time for Priyanka Chopra Jonas, love, life, and making it in Hollywood.
Well, I want to say a big welcome back and congratulations on The Sky is Pink. I mean, this movie is beautiful and it's such a good reminder to celebrate life.
It makes me so happy.
And I also love that it's the only film from Asia to have a gala presentation.
Sitting down for an intimate chat here in our E-Talk studio, I soon discover why this movie means so much to her.
How proud are you of this film?
I'm super proud on many levels. One, because the subject matter is such which I relate to tremendously. Every one of us has lost someone we love. And this is something that I really did when I lost my dad. I flipped the narrative. Me, my mom, and my brother decided that we're gonna remember the good times, we're gonna celebrate his life. So we had his favorite band, we had like music playing around his funeral because he loved music so much. So when Shonali came and talked to me about this movie, it was something that she did personally as well with the loss of her son.
तुम्हें जो हुआ है उसे बुलसफन लंग डैमेज कहते हैं. Serious condition है.
It just resonated with me so much that at that time I was trying to figure out which is going to be my comeback movie, I guess, into India. I haven't done an Indian movie in about 3 years, so I really wanted to do one. And then I came on as a producer on this movie as well. So it's my first credit as actor, producer, and my first movie credit as Priyanka Chopra Jonas. So just, it's like on so many levels.
Priyanka is hands down the most successful Bollywood star to cross over to Hollywood. Juggling work in both industries, her latest film, The Sky is Pink, hits close to home. And not even planning her big day could stop her from making the best film possible.
You did this project during a very busy time in your life.
I did pick in an opportune time.
I mean, you were working on this project up until like 4 days before your wedding?
4 days before my wedding.
But that's bananas, you know that, right?
I didn't think it was till people started telling me it was bananas. I was just like, well, I mean, yeah, that's what you do. But I mean, I had committed to the movie at that time, and the wedding kind of sprung up on me, as most people know. It kind of happened really quickly.
Surprise!
Surprise, we're getting married! Yeah, it was a little bit like that. But Nick was so immensely supportive. Because I was on a movie, he flew down early, and he was there for about 10 days, and he handled the last bit of it because I was filming, and he used to come to set for a bit and go back and handle like logistics and everything else that the wedding planning team needed. So that like took a big burden off of me, of feeling pressured of, oh my gosh, I have this massive wedding coming up and I'm filming a really important movie.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
It really
especially
does.
right before your wedding.
Yes, for sure.
मैं तुम्हें शेयर नहीं कर सकता. तुम सिर्फ मेरी प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करो.
Based on a true story, the film follows the relationship of a couple played by Priyanka and Farhan Akhtar over the span of 25 years, told from the perspective of their deceased teenage daughter.
I gotta tell you, you nailed the role of a mom. I mean, it was beautiful. And I kept thinking of my mom because we actually lost my brother when I was growing up, and I kept thinking of her and all the things she had to go through when she was going through that loss and caring for her other children and being there for the people around her. And you were just so incredible as a mom. What was it like getting into that headspace?
First of all, I'm sorry about your brother. And because I'm not a mom, I kind of had to really depend on the women around me. So the woman that I'm playing, Aditi, I depended a lot on her, first of all. What was her story? What was her journey like? And Shonali herself, having lost her son, I really depended on my director. And my mom. My mom is a super possessive, ferociously protective of her cubs kind of tigress woman. Like, she can't stand tears in her eyes, like she'll do anything. And my character is like that too. She like fight to the death for her daughter and her children. And I guess I really relied on the people around me for that.
Just amazing women coming together to help you become a mom on camera.
Yeah.
Are you excited to become a mom in real life?
Of course. I mean, it's not something that you can plan. I hope that, you know, whenever it's the right time, it'll happen. But of course, Nick and I both are, that's something that is on our agenda in life, generally.
But right now, their agenda is each other. The couple's whirlwind romance all started back in 2016, when Nick slid into Priyanka's DMs. And after keeping their relationship a secret, the two made their first public appearance at the 2017 Met Gala. Shortly after, they start to get flirty on social media. With a blossoming romance, things start getting serious fast. And after shutting down a Tiffany & Co. store in London to personally pick out this 4-carat cushion-cut sparkler, on July 19, 2018, while on a birthday trip to Greece, Nick pops the question and asks Priyanka to be his wife. So in love. It didn't take long for these two to become man and wife. And just 5 months after their engagement, the celebrations for their multi-day wedding begins in India. The venue, the outfits, the parties. On December 1st, Priyanka and Nick marry for the first time in a Christian ceremony officiated by Nick's dad. Priyanka stuns in a custom Ralph Lauren gown as Nick gets emotional watching her walk down the aisle. The next day, the two do it again, this time in a Hindu ceremony where the bride wears a red lehenga while Nick looks sharp in a traditional sherwani.
You mentioned that leading up to the wedding day, he was able to come, support, be there with you on set. Has he had a chance to see the film?
Oh yeah, he saw the movie at the first cut. We were in Italy when he saw the movie, I remember, and it was just the two of us. And I looked back at him while we were watching the movie and there was just a... And Nick he's not a crier, so he was just like... And I was like, babe, are you crying? He's like, no. Yeah, maybe. It was just so cute, and he was really, really affected by the movie, and we called Shonali, our director, up immediately after, FaceTime with her, and Nick's just been very supportive through this.
I mean, I know it's not great to make your husband cry, but in that moment, were you kind of proud?
No, I wanted him to cry. I was like, you better cry while you're watching this. I worked my ass off for you to cry.
And it's on the red carpet for the film's world premiere here in Toronto, where Priyanka gives me a lesson in her native tongue.
Hi, good to see you again. We're back to the elbow 5.
You look cute.
Thank you so much. So we talked a lot this morning, but one of the things I wanted to talk to you about was the importance of Hindi in this movie and how, yes, it's a subtitled film, but I was fully immersed in it. And it got me thinking, because we were talking about cross-pollination of cultures, have you shared any Hindi words with your husband, and can you share something with me tonight?
Oh yeah, for sure. I guess everything that I am and I know, I've learned from the Hindi movie industry, and Hindi and English are both my first languages, and Hindi is my first language. I speak it with a lot of joy, so I'd missed expressing in Hindi because I hadn't done it for about 3-4 years, so that was really, really fun to go back to. And Nick, yeah, he's picked up a lot of Hindi. He understands when I'm having conversations in Hindi now, and he'll be like, oh yeah, that's what you said, and I'm like, damn it, I thought no more secrets. But like pani means water.
Okay.
That's then he knows what else? You know some. Khana, which means food.
Okay.
Like these are the easy ones to survive.
I hope you feel the love. They were literally chanting your fans. Your Canadian fans absolutely love you. Congrats again and enjoy tonight.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
After the break,
I'm an actor and I've suddenly decided to be a musician.
we dive into Priyanka's musical past, plus making history with Quantico.
It's about equality, and Quantico is one show that's completely feminist in that way.
That's next when Priyanka Chopra Jonas' Love, Life, and Making It in Hollywood returns.
For everyone who doesn't know, that's my mom, who's my business partner.
Yes, family is her #1, and Priyanka's parents have played a big part in her success. Born in Bihar, India, Ashok and Madhu Chopra were doctors in the Indian Army. At the age of 13, the family moves to the USA, where Priyanka attends high school, before returning back to India, where she begins her modeling career, walking the runway for India's top designers. In 2000, her mom enters her into a local beauty pageant, where she's named the winner. From there, the crowns keep coming. That same year, she owns the title of Miss India and soon after is crowned Miss World. Then, it's off to Bollywood. Starring in over 50 Indian films, she's a big deal in her home country and all over the world. But on June 13th, 2013, tragedy hits the Chopra family. At the age of 64, Priyanka's father loses his battle with liver cancer.
I was very close to my father. This is his handwriting. My dad was my biggest fan, my biggest supporter. He loved my achievements. He was a major achiever himself. He was a very creative person.
Following in her father's footsteps, Priyanka continues to add to her list of achievements, this time pursuing a career in music.
It's pop music. It's fun music. It's party music. It's just got a little spice to it.
Her catchy pop tunes include sexy beach vibes with Pitbull in Exotic to steamy scenes in I Can't Make You Love Me with Milo Ventimiglia.
Music is something I've always grown up with. I knew how to sing before I knew how to act.
But she doesn't stop there. In 2015, Priyanka lands a lead role in Quantico, making history as the first South Asian actress to lead an American series.
Quantico. They say it's the toughest boot camp, grad school, all rolled into one.
Now you've landed this huge American show. How excited are you for this next phase of your life?
I'm balancing all of it together. I don't see it as like, ending something and starting something new. My Indian movies have never been a stepping stone for me. I consider myself an artist. I'm an entertainer, and all I want to do is entertain people, and I want to go beyond borders for that.
Who are you?
I guess you'll never know now.
Filmed in Montreal, Priyanka falls in love with the city and the food.
People are so friendly. They're so nice. The food's great, and I'm obsessed with poutine.
It's basically its own food. Yeah, it's a food group. I mean, you can have it every single day.
It has to be a food. It's like
yeah.
Fondue and poutine. As you can see, I love cheese.
And she gets a lot of love at the 2016 People's Choice Awards, picking up the prize for Favorite Actress in a New Television Series. And 1 year later, she does it again, receiving the Favorite Dramatic Television Actress prize.
You see so many strong, empowered roles for women now that they're coming out, now that women are standing up and saying, we're not just going to take scraps anymore. It's about equality, and Quantico is one show that's completely feminist in that way.
And the big roles just keep on coming. In 2017, she makes her American big screen debut opposite Dwayne Johnson in Baywatch.
Some people are up to no good.
The absurdity of Victoria was so much fun for me. And the fact that she was just, a driven woman in a man's world. She's such a strong character.
Owning the camera, Priyanka's Hollywood status not only lands her on the covers of the top fashion magazines all over the world, but on Forbes' list of the 100 most powerful women of 2018.
The best thing that I have ever worn is my confidence. You walk into a room with confidence, feeling yourself, feeling great about yourself, people will look. Some people are lucky to have it, but for the rest of us who are all right, we can become extraordinary by just becoming the best version of ourselves.
Coming up,
I think it's really important to use your platform, not just for good, but for what you believe in.
Priyanka opens up about giving back. That's next when Priyanka Chopra Jonas love life and making it in Hollywood for
people who live here. There are children who play on mounds of garbage.
You're a woman of many talents, and I love that you are also such a proud humanitarian, especially with your work with UNICEF. And I love that we're seeing so many strong women, do these types of projects. Your friend Meghan Markle just launched her Smart Works project, which is amazing. Why is it so important to use your platform for good?
I think it's really important to use your platform, not just for good, but for what you believe in.
Yeah.
I, as a public person, as a celebrity, as an entertainer, have a really different platform than probably heads of states. But I see myself as someone who people listen to, have an influence over. So I try and use my platform to the best that I can for the causes that I believe in, which I think everyone else should as well.
Priyanka's commitment to philanthropy is an important part of her life. Founder of the Priyanka Chopra Foundation for Health and Education, this nonprofit organization focuses on providing education and medical care for young girls in India. In 2010, Priyanka is named UNICEF's National Ambassador for the country, and 6 years later, she's appointed as one of the organization's Global Goodwill Ambassadors.
9, 2,
Priyanka's humanitarian work also expands to a campaign that focuses on cleaning up the streets in India's cities.
The plan is not just to clean up this place, but to clean up and rehabilitate this place.
I think it's important for not just women, but people around the world who have a sense of social responsibility to take that up. And that doesn't mean that you have to be a movie star to do it. Everyday people, instead of wasting so much time on negativity, I always say this to people, instead of wasting time on negativity and like writing comments and trolling and doing all of that, if we could put that kind of energy in actually the good for change, can you imagine the kind of change that would happen?
That's a world I want to live in.
Me too, but people prefer trolling.
There's no need to be trolling in this world, okay?
It doesn't matter. I always tell this to younger kids who deal with the pressures and the negativity of people saying things. Living in the world of social media, it's really easy for anyone to access you with their opinions.
Yeah.
But I think you have to know in your heart what you stand for, who you are, and have the confidence and faith in yourself for being a good person. Then it doesn't matter what anyone says.
Still to come.
It came sort of out of my wedding because I just freshly got married, and Mindy and I sat down and we started talking about wanting to do something together.
Priyanka reveals her latest project with Mindy Kaling.
It's a buddy comedy which travels from the US to India.
That's next, when Priyanka Chopra Jonas' Love, Life, and Making It in Hollywood returns.
I'm writing a movie for Priyanka Chopra and I need to star in that she's producing and I'm producing.
A project that you're working on that I cannot wait for is the one with Mindy Kaling.
Oh.
Huge fan of her. What can you tell us about that project?
Well, it's really early right now. We just came up with the idea over coffee just a couple months ago. What is cool about this movie is, first of all, it came sort of out of my wedding because I just freshly got married. And Mindy and I sat down and we started talking about wanting to do something together. I just started telling her funny stories about how when Nick's family came into India and the clash of the cultures, and there were so many funny things that came out of there. And it just evolved into a story. It's a buddy comedy which travels from the US to India. And I think it'll be really fun.
And as we discover from this next clip, Priyanka has no problem poking fun at herself.
Working in Bollywood, the one thing that is different from Hollywood, which took me a really long time to adjust, was that everyone's like always on time here. I suffer from this thing called IST, which is Indian Standard Time. It's just 15 minutes.
She was late. We were always on time, okay? She was coming from Hollywood. How many times per hand we had to wait for her?
Because I'm a Desi
Madam
girl.
from Hollywood, we were on time.
Because I'm Indian at heart. I'm
Indian at heart in Hollywood.
Indian. So that was really hard for me.
And while this Indian girl seems to have done it all, there's still one thing she really wants to do.
What do you still have to check off on your bucket list?
Bucket list? There's a lot to check off on my bucket list, girl. Oh my gosh. I'm a by the day kind of person.
Yeah.
I can't plan for 5 years later. I'm a believer in destiny. I believe that destiny and hard work go hand in hand. So if every day is excellent, your life will be excellent. But when it comes to bucket list things, I think I have so many stamps on my passport, but I never really see too much because I'm in and out.
Yeah.
I want to start being able to take time. Holidays maybe.
Oh, what a foreign concept.
I know. It is a foreign concept. When I said that to my team, they were like, what?
Where would you want to go?
I would want to go somewhere where there's like no Wi-Fi and no cell signal, and I would like to take Nick there.
Yeah.
And just be the two of us. We're both doing so much right now that it's like hard to connect and find that time. I would like for both of us to go where no one can reach us. I don't know where that place. I should do some research on that.
Still to come.
What's your look on a lazy Sunday afternoon?
Probably nothing.
That's next, when Priyanka Chopra Jonas' Love, Life, and Making It in Hollywood returns.
Well, clearly you're very fashionable.
Thank you.
You're very beautiful. So I wasn't surprised when I saw that you guys were on People Magazine's Best Dress list. So I've got a little e-talk beauty fashion rapid fire. What's one word to describe your sense of style?
Put together? What is that, 2 words?
I'll put a little dash in between. It's one word.
It's one word.
What's the last piece of fashion advice that Nick gave you? Because he's also very fashionable.
To switch my shoes. He was like, babe, I think the shoes you were wearing before this were better. But I truly respect Nick's sense of style. He has such an amazing aesthetic all around, not just the way he dresses, and I love the fact that he puts an effort into the way he dresses. It's so sexy.
All right, sari or salwar suit?
I'm a sari girl. Salwar suits are great, but I just love the elegance of a sari, to have it draped around you.
What are 3 beauty products you've got in your purse right now?
My perfume,
Yep.
my lipstick, and my Obaju Day Moisturizer, which I use everywhere.
All right, what's your look on a lazy Sunday afternoon?
Probably nothing. If I'm home, but no, I'm like a sweats and just a tank top kind of girl that time. I don't like dressing up. I have my hair back, like no makeup, just sweats.
Before we let you go, we've got a little gift for you because we were initially supposed to do this in our eTalk Lounge. It's just a fun little thing from a lot of Canadian brands. So thank you so much for coming back. I'm so happy you came back.
I love coming to Canada, especially. I was just talking about it in the car. I was like, everyone's so nice here. Every time I go back from Canada, I'm a better person. I'm not kidding. Like, truly. So thank you for doing that for the world.